All right, now look at this. The first inversion, let me say the first progression I want to treat is this movement that's from chord 1 to chord 4, then to 5 to 1. So chord 1, 4, 5, 1, I mean, progression 1, 4, 5, 1. 1, 4, that's 1 as in C major, 4 F major, 5 G major, and back to 1 C major. Now, how do we use this chord inversion chart to treat this? If you look at it very well, now if you play chord 1, which is C major, at root position C, E, G, you discover that when you want to go to chord 4, which inversion of chord 4 is closer to this C, E, G, that will make you to travel less, very close. You discover that the inversion of this chord 4 that is closer to root position of chord 1 is this second inversion. Knowing fully well that, look at it, the C is being retained at root position, then E, the finger on E moves straight to F, and the finger that is on G moves straight to A. Just one note interval to each other. E to F, G to A. So when you look at it very well, movement from this root position of C major to second inversion of F is the closest, which is the best for that. Then to 5. And now look at it that which chord 5, which inversion of chord 5 is closer to this. You discover that it is this particular one, this second inversion as well, because easily C will move to D, F moves to G, and A moves to B, one finger, just a note next to each of the notes of chord 4 at second inversion. Then from there, you can slide back to C, E, G with ease. That is the best. From root position of chord 1 to second inversion of chord 4 and second inversion of chord 5, then back to 1. That is the closest in terms of using inversion. Look at it. Let me demonstrate it. Look at it. Let me demonstrate it for you. Look at it. I said, can you see that? Root position of chord 1. Look at it. C, E, G. I want to go to chord 4. All you need to do is just use the second inversion of chord 4. E moves to F, G moves to A. You now have C, F, A. And then chord 5, that is 1, 4, 5. After 4 is 5. The inversion that is closer to that is just D, G, B, which is second inversion. Just move C to D, F to G, A to B. You have your chord 5. Can you see that? And back to 1. Look at that. Can you see that? Very easy. Chord 4, CFA. Chord 5, DGB. So from this CFA, this C will move to D, F goes to G, and A goes to B. Easy. Can you now see that it is quite better than from C to F to A and travel back all the way to C, E, G, which is, so now discover that using inversion is much easier and makes your playing, your chord transition smoother. Can you see that it's quite smoother than just jumping up and down? So that's all about that progression. Chord 1, 4, 5, 1. That progression is quite very smoothly. I think in the next video, I am going to be demonstrating it with a song. So I think that is to say this might likely have a part 2. So that's about that. Now, the second progression I want to quickly treat this in this lesson is progression 1541. Now, let's use the chart again. That's another very common progression in piano playing in gospel. Now, 1 5 4 1 from chord 1. Now, which chord is closer? Which 5 is closer? Actually, if you look at it very well, this 1 5 4 1, if you look at it, root position might not be the answer to this question in this case. Now, we look at which of the inversion of 1, not root position this time around. Let's see. This is practical. If we if you look at the first inversion, E G C, is E G C, which of the inversion of 5 is it closer to E? I think if you use E G C, it is closer to D. The G will remain, C will come back to B, and E will come back to F. To D, sorry. E, G, C. The G will remain, C will come down to B, and E will come down to D. That's for 5. And thereafter to 4, D comes down to C, F comes down to G, comes down to F, and B comes down to A. That's fantastic. First inversion of C major chord 1 to second inversion of chord 5 and back to second inversion of chord 4, then back to 1. And the 1, you can come back to this. Or if we decide to use second inversion of chord 1, GCE, GCE is also very close to root position of G major. Look at it. G will remain, C will come to B, E will come to D. And from here, what happened next? We can use this. We can use G, B, D to G goes to A, B goes to C, D goes to F. One step, or step it down. G comes to F, B comes to A, D comes to C. So we have several options for this progression. Now, let us look at how it's going to be practically on the piano. Let's see. Now, let's see. If I decide to play this inversion of chord 1, if I decide to play this inversion of chord 1, I'm going to chord 5. I can play this inversion. Then chord 4. All of them will just move one step. Can you see? And all of them will come to 1. You can play this inversion. Look at it. E, G, C. Then to chord 4. Note from chord 1, E, G, C to chord 5. This G will remain. This one will come down one step, one step. Can you see? Can you see that? Then to chord 4. All of them will move one step, one step, one step, one step. Chord 4, and finally back to chord 1. So we have used 2 different inversions of chord 1. We started with this. Then we now ended with this. So you have chord 1, 5, chord 4, chord 1. I go on again, chord 1. That's E, G, C to chord 5. The G is really remaining, this B down to C, this E down to G. Then chord 4, all of them will move one step, one note downward to the left side, one note slide. Then this and this will now come back to E and G to end with chord 1. That's 1. Another pattern you can use is, let me use this pattern. Let's see this one. This inversion, no, this root position, first inversion, second inversion of C major. That's chord 1, chord 5. Can you see? Chord 5, G, B, D. Can you see the movement? The G is remaining, C down to B, E down to D, then chord 4. So when you want to draw chord 4, all the finger will just move one step. Look at it. G will go to F, B will go to A, and D will move to C. You have chord 4 there. The root position of chord 4. You get it now? Then you come back to chord 1, or you descend it to 1 here. So either of the two is suitable. But just study and pick anyone that is much easier for you. So let me stop it there. So if you have any question, let me know in the comment section or DM me directly. Thank you.